point even trying to leave it first because it's not going to hook up. I'm going to do a 40 roll. Which I will put in this video. So converter is doing really good. I need to look at my TPS and see what's going on with my TPS. You see it goes up to 98% and then drops back down to 90. I may not have been floored. I'm not 100% sure. So I've got to figure out what's going on there. On this pull, it made about 16 pounds-ish. But I had a loose wastegate. I'll show you the run that I did before this that I couldn't get recorded because the camera was acting dumb. But you can see here that the torque converter is perfect almost. I'm cruising at about 2,600 RPM, and then when I floor it, it immediately jumps up to about 3 grand, which on a stock 351 is probably about right. If the stroker was in it, it would probably be doing a little bit better. It would, well, not a little bit better, but it'd probably jump a little bit more, and then you can see as the boost kind of starts to come in, it ramps up. Even here, it's still not even making a pound yet, and then the boost starts to come in. And before I shifted it into third, it was at about 6,800 RPM at 14 pounds, but it was spinning. It was spinning in third too. And then you can see the RPM drop. It goes from 6,800, pulls it down to 6,000, which is pretty good. It's a good little yank. A little much probably. I don't know, 800 to 1,000 RPM is probably pretty good. And then you can see it just kind of hangs out down here because the tires were trying to hook up. So it was just holding the motor down. Made about 16.5 pounds right out here. But it's perfect. The transmission is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. The torque converter is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. The motor is real happy. And then this is the run that I did before that I wouldn't record for some reason. This is it right here. So as you can see, TPS kind of acts funny on this one too. Goes up to 93% and then drops all the way down to 74%. So I don't know. I need to look at my TPS and see what's going on with it. I don't know if the TPS is going bad or if I'm just hanging the throttle. Same thing here though. Back a little bit. You can see I'm cruising. I kind of leaned into the throttle a little bit. I don't know why I did that. I'm cruising about 2,800 RPM. I floor it. It jumps up pretty quickly to 3,600, 4 grand, somewhere in there. You can see the RPM climbs. But you can see I was making some steam on this one. 26 pounds. It's a little bit more than I wanted to make, especially on a stock bottom end. But it holds it there. The car was spinning, trying to hook up, but spinning. So I just stayed in it, let it spin. And then this is where I shifted into third gear on this one too. Pulls the motor down from 6,700 to 6,200, so still pretty good, which is amazing with that much boost that it's the torque converter is still staying coupled. It's not blowing through it, but this is an 11-inch converter, so it should hold the power a little bit better. And then it makes about 24 pounds until I let off. I wish I could have got this one on video. The car was absolutely flying. And you can see if I go to my AFR, it's actually looking pretty good. It's actually a little rich, which is great. It even in the high boost, it was still rich. So not too shabby. Down here, it kind of evens out a little bit. It's taking out about 7%, which is okay. I'd rather be taking fuel out than adding fuel. It's taking out a little much, but with the car making as much steam as it is, I'd like it to be a little rich. So I'm okay with that. And then you can see oil pressure. This blue line right here was great. For pretty much the whole run, it dips a little bit right here, but it's not as much as it looks. That's only a couple PSI actually. At 6,700, it's making about 82 pounds, and then it's the shift, the RPM drops, and it comes down to 73 pounds and holds the oil pressure about there. Granted, the motor was a little cold. This is a pull that I did a little later. You can see car kind of acts exactly the same. About 2,700 RPM, flashes up. It makes, I don't know if I have the boost on this. Nope, I don't. But anyways, you know, the motor was a little bit warmer. 6,800 RPM is making 71 pounds of oil pressure. That's pretty darn good at 178 degrees. So no complaints there. Let me go back and look. I don't have an intercooler on the car now. Let's see what my charge air temperature was. Not bad. 10 or 81, 84, 85, 87, 90. Let's see what it was out here. 126, 127. That's not too bad. I don't know if I have anything changing with my temperature enrichment. No. So it's not changing there. Timing versus air temp. Okay, good. So I don't have pulling out adding any fuel or pulling out any timing at that temperature. 127 really isn't that bad, especially at the boost pressure I was at. So pretty happy with the way the car is running. I can't wait to get it to the track. I 100% think that, I mean, at 27 pounds, there's no reason this thing shouldn't be running some just stupid times. I took both of the wastegates off and looked at them and put them back on, cleaned them, stuff like that. Went back out, and that's when it made a little bit less. That was this one. Made a little bit less boost, which is what I was shooting for. But something happened. I don't know what happened, but I had a wastegate fall off. So I'm gonna say that it wouldn't hit target, which it was targeting 18, and it only hit 16 out here. I can only presume that was probably because I had a little bit of an exhaust leak. And as soon as I let off right here, the wastegate fell off. I don't know what happened. The clamp wasn't on it right, or I don't know. The clamp was tight. The clamp is still tight on the exhaust, but the wastegate is in my truck because I picked it up off the side of the road. So I had to order a new wastegate. This wastegate was probably okay. Probably is okay to reuse. It's just scratched up. But it was a cheap Chinese tile wastegate. I just ordered the same one. It was less than $100. So but the car is making some pretty good power out here. 701 pounds an hour of fuel flow. And then on this one, let's see what it was commanding for fuel flow. Let's see here. At peak boost, 1,000 pounds an hour of fuel flow, so a lot of power, guys. If I figure it at 0.7 brake specific horsepower, that's 1,053 divided by 0.8. Let's do 0.7. 0.7. There's no way that's right. Is it 0.5? Am I going the wrong way? Or is it, no, you multiply. 1053 times 0.7. 737 horsepower. And that's at 0.7. 1053 times 0.5. Maybe it is dividing. There's no way I was making 1,500 horsepower, though. No way. 1053 divided by... Granted, it is a little rich. It is very rich. So, let's say divided by 0.8. About 1,300 horsepower to the flywheel. Probably about 1,000 to 1,000 or 1,100 to the wheel. Pretty good on a stock bottom end. Completely stock bottom end. Stock bolts, stock rod bolts, stock rods, cast pistons, the whole 9 yards. That's 27 psi with 12 degrees of timing. So she's I don't see no reason why I can't run 9s. And a few years ago there was somebody with a stock bottom end 351 with 80 millimeter turbo at 24 pounds, 11 degrees of timing. They ran an 880 in the quarter, and I'm chasing that number. I'm gonna see if I can get there or better. So hope you guys follow along. Hope you guys enjoy the little driving clip at the end of this video. This is a little informational video, just looking over the data log to the car. I need to figure this out, what's going on with the TPS. Maybe I didn't have it floored because it was better this time than it was last time I did a TPS reset. So pretty happy with it. The AFR is a little rich, but I can deal with that. So let's see how rich they were on this one real quick. Come on, you can do it. Here, so not as bad, not as bad at all. It's just a little lean spike when I floor it, which there's nothing I can do about that at this point because I've got a ton of fuel thrown in it for the acceleration enrichment. I mean, just a stupid amount of fuel. So I don't know what to do with that at this point. But if we go to basic fuel, it's compensating a little bit here. Let's see, it's a little rich. So this spike right here makes it compensate a lot, and then you can see it overcompensates. Still overcompensating. Comes back here, is taking fuel back out, and then once it levels out, it looks pretty good. Target 11.2, it's 11.6, 11.1. That's 2% correction, 1% correction. Pretty good. So I'm pretty happy with it. Guys, check out the website, wheelsupracing.org. Order you a beanie, a koozie, a jacket, a shirt. We're fixing to come out with a new shirt design. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this video. Like and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one.
trying to leave it first because it's not going to hook up